Hey everyone, and welcome to our Magical Miracle Network. I am so happy all of you are here today. We have almost 100 subscribers on this network, and we are just doing all kinds of things to bring all of you the kind of information you need to develop your energetic life, your spiritual life, your mental and emotional life, and your physical life each and every day, each and every week as best we can. And today we have our in-house expert on sacred breath, our shamanic, I call her the shamanic priestess because she just knows, I feel, everything shamanic. Her name is Melissa McLaughlin. So Melissa, thank you for being back with us today.
Of course. Hi, everybody. It's good to be back.
Yes, it's great to see you again. You always bring in so much information. I was talking to a neighbor recently who has subscribed to our channel, and she's like, I really love Melissa because she's given me some tools to help improve her life. And so we're having a reach, at least out in my neighborhood, right? You know?
I love it. Out in the hood. That's how we start.
Right? Exactly. So
practical
I thought what we would
tools, though. We're going to give you guys practical tools today. Your take home.
Yes, practical self-care. That was our focus. We talked last week for a little bit, Melissa and I did, about self-care, and she's got an amazing practice. And so what I thought we could do today is bring in 2 or 3 really good tips for people out there to try to investigate, to apply to their lives that might be helpful as they do their own personal self-care. So I thought we would do that, and maybe a little Course in Miracles to boot.
That sounds good. We have to do a little course. We're going to merge it all. We're going to bring it all together.
Yes, we're going to have the blend, the beautiful blend.
Yeah. But so Ruth, this is interesting because we got on the topic of self-care on another call, and they were like, wish we had recorded that. That was so good. Yeah. But for those of you who know me, okay, my students, my medicine wheel, my breathwork facilitator students, I stress how important self-care is. Like that is my module 1 in all my courses. When I'm doing my trainings instead of module 8, right? And and here's my little philosophy or my motto that everyone knows when I say self-care is soulful, not selfish. It's soulful, and that we have to reshift that paradigm, because I think we've been programmed like when you take care of yourself, it's like selfish, and then you're like egoic, or you're the narcissist, like narcissism is flying off the handle out there. It's such a, everyone's a narcissist now, which is probably true with the me, social media, selfie. Anyway, so first off, let's shift that story you're telling in your head that self-care is not selfish. Self-care is soulful. And so when you take care of your soul first, it really is all about you. If you feel good, you can serve others. If you are taking care of yourself, then you're able to actually help others, instead of being like, if you're depleted, you're not doing anybody any good. And this happens a lot to my mommies out there. I was a struggling mom for many years with my little ones. Oh my goodness. Couldn't even, if I could catch a nap, it was a miracle for me, So we really do run ourselves down. So for me, self-care is soulful, number 1. And
I love
also,
that.
It was really simple. It really doesn't take that much, because here's lesson number 2. Your body is this biological, intelligent healing machine. Okay. Your body is made to heal itself, to constantly regenerate, and you basically grow a new body, new cells every 7 years. You're on a 7-year cycle.
Great. Oh, that's so interesting.
Biblical number. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so interesting. We really aren't in the same body we were in 7 years ago.
Right. Okay. Now, older consciousness. Okay. So I'm a little up there, and I remember us growing up. So my dad's a neurosurgeon, right? So brains and brain. I was always fascinated by the brain. And I remember being taught, and I'm certain some of you guys will relate to this, that your cells die off, your brain cells die off, and then you don't get any more. Right? Like that's the end. But once you deplete your tank, it's like empty. Right. So that's not true now. Scientifically proven, both your brain cells and your body cells, everything regenerates. Everything regenerates. Okay, so remember that for self-care. Okay.
Yes.
So lesson number 3 is we live in like a toxic world. All right. There's every, oh Lord, if you thought about it, EMFs and toxic food, and we depleted smog and whatever. However, again, your body is made to adjust, combat, so my theory is to be in a constant state of detox or regeneration.
Yes.
Right. And that you have to know that first, that frame of mind, and then everything you're doing in your self-care is just to be supportive of this amazing biological machine that you are, with the intelligence to heal and rejuvenate. Make sense?
Yes, it really does make sense. And just for a point of clarification, EMFs are electromagnetic frequencies that our phones emit, the Wi-Fi in our house. That's like we're bombarded with all those. Just wanted to, in case people didn't know what an EMF was.
Yeah, I mean, like it's all over. What are you going to do? You can't run away from your environment. And this is the existence that we're made to have right now. So we're readjusting to the stuff. But and just there are things you can do. There's things you do to protect yourself and everything. But the first thing is having the frame of mind that every day is a self-care day. Every day you need to be supporting and take care of yourself. So I even start with simple thing, glass of water with lemon or apple cider vinegar, right? The cleanse. I'm cleansing my liver and my kidneys that work so hard for us all the time. That, this is my morning routine. I probably have had 3 glasses of water already today in the 2 hours I've been up. What time is it? It's like 9:30 a.m. We're recording at 9:30 a.m.
Yes.
Okay. So that constant detox. Okay.
Yes.
And again, that's simple. Glass of water for I find it surprising sometimes the number of people that don't drink water.
Right.
And so to put it in perspective, your body's like 70 to 80% water. Right. That's why the moon affects us, because the moon moves the tides and stuff, and like water your cells, but also the intelligence of water. That's a whole other story. Yes. Right. The talking to the water, and you can bless your water and stuff like that. Yeah. So water, huge.
It is huge. And go ahead.
The next big thing I think people need to bring awareness around. So my next go-to is supplementation. Supplementation is self-care. So Mama Earth, beautiful Gaia, is depleted right now. We're healing her. She's being healed. Yeah, we're making that happen. But the food industry and the crazy food modification, I don't know what's going out there, whatever conspiracy theory you believe. I'm not going to feed into that stuff, but okay, our food is depleted. Like even you and I, when we grew up, our food was more nutritious than what we're feeding our kids now. Okay. Right. So there has to be some awareness around supplementation, and that there is no way we can receive the nutrients, the vitamins and minerals, by the way, zinc, copper, all those trace minerals are actually really important to the body. We completely forgot about those. Salt, yes, like good stuff. So having a really great multivitamin, magnesium is very important to your body. Vitamin D, there's research now, vitamin D actually helps depression and anxiety, especially in women. My ladies out there, vitamin B complex, huge, especially for my menopausal women. Yeah. boost giant amounts of vitamin C, cellular regeneration. You know, in the Eastern world, they actually do intravenous vitamin C to treat cancer.
Yes.
Like massive, it's actually a cellular regeneration. Any type of antioxidant, that's cellular regeneration, right? Your vitamin E's, your, you know, anything like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, me, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because I'm a space holder, I am constantly keeping myself in this. It's a daily routine, routine. So for you, those of you out there that are space holder, I want you to remember, it's like kind of your responsibility to be in service, to keep yourself highly elevated, right?
Yes, exactly.
But simple, really simple. And then, you know, and again, with these, if you give your body the support, you know, eating yummy, nutritious food when you can. I'm a kind of fruit, veggies, grain person. I don't do too much meat and stuff, but some people need that. Right. You know, for me, there is no wrong.
Right.
But to get out the impurities of your food, really simple. Remember growing up, like I used to always say grace before we would eat. We tend not to do that anymore. So to keep it really simple, to go out, like when you're eating out and you don't know where that food has come from, or the hands that have touched it might be an angry person making your food. I don't know. Right. Om Namah Shivaya, like I bless my food. Very simple. Om Namah Shivaya, pure and light, cleansing, clearing it. Right. You know, same thing with the water blessing.
Right. Right.
Right.
That's so helpful I love that, because I think people can, you know, really understand that they have light in them and they are the lights of the world. We're going to touch on that in a minute, but you know, and to hold your cup of water and just, you know, send that blessing. The water is intelligent, and you can, you know, say love or light into your water. It just takes a second, right? Love or light or a blessing into my food. And that absolutely changes the energy. Yeah, for sure. Right. And then, okay, so wait, I feel like I should read my lesson today. Should we bring in the Course in Miracles? What do you think, Ruth? What questions do you have? Well, first of all, I'm taking copious notes as you've been talking, and I just wanted to reflect on that a little bit. I really love what you said in the beginning about self-care is soulful and not selfish. So I think with people watching this video, they can get into that idea that it's a soulful thing to do. It's a spiritual thing to do, to really take care of my system, you know. And I took, again, copious notes, and just the intelligence of your body and how our body regenerates every 7 years. And just the whole idea of, you know, blessing the water, blessing the food, the supplementation, all those supplements that you talked about. I'm kind of getting a ping on this one. The vitamin C has been really, people are really seeing that if you take, and again, we don't profess to be doctors, but we're spreading the light that we understand. And the vitamin C is very helpful with cancer. It's just like taking 2 or 3 or 4,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C, I've heard is so helpful for people who are on that track to try to keep their systems regenerating and very healthy, and that immune support. And then the idea of being highly elevated. I really kind of wanted to talk maybe a little bit more about how you keep yourself highly elevated. What does that mean to you?
Yeah. Okay.
And then we'll do the lesson.
Okay. I mean, like, okay, we're all energy. We're carrier frequency, right? Yeah. So it is a constant. I mean, I'm human. I have my down moments. I'm not perfect, you know, but I like to play in that, you know, oh, why am I so depressed today? So it does, you know, keeping yourself highly elevated, you know, again, that's kind of my job. Like I'm a space holder, but I think we are all space holders. We're all little healers, or helping people, even going out and everything into the CCW, the crazy cool world. But as my girlfriend Edith would say, CCW, crazy cruel world, right?
Oh, crazy cruel, yeah.
Crazy cruel, but now let's make it the crazy cool.
Yeah.
going to bring in the negative, So listen, so to keep myself elevated, that's really great. Mind over matter, right? Or mind makes matter. So like I do simple things of like meditation, like affirmations. Like I do morning affirmation. I have my little, with Spotify, whatever. You can have like a 1 minute on your phone meditation. I'm doing that when I'm doing my morning routine with my water and my cup of coffee. By the way, I'm a big promoter of coffee.
Yeah.
Coffee, actually, the neuroscience behind it. So coffee's, I think, gotten a bad rap thanks to like Starbucks and all the sugary stuff and whatever. And okay, listen, you guys, you should not be having 10 cups of coffee. Definitely do not need it, because then you're in your fight or flight all day and the cortisol and the bad hormones. Okay, you got to balance that out. However, coffee, number one, does activate the neurotransmitters in your brain. But then Michael Pollan, who loves Michael Pollan out there?
I know nothing about Michael Pollan. Tell me.
Oh God, How to Change Your Mind. So Michael Pollan did a whole article and then a book around psychedelics and how to change your mind with these plant molecules, amongst other things he has done. But he comes from the normal modern day business, not woo woo. I think not so much, but where he was like, okay, I tried these things worked. Anyways, so on my recently I saw my TikTok. I call it TikTok. Okay, listen, I have no shame in admitting this. I love TikTok.
Go for it. Yes.
For those of you who grew up with America's Funniest Home Videos, which I did, by the way, it is America's Funniest Home Videos on steroids. When you need to laugh, like I'm like funny Kathy. When I need to laugh, I'll look a funny video. I like, okay, but I like the little quick blurbs of information. Anyways, as I digress here. So Michael Pollan, I just saw a great thing on the history of caffeine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, so remember, think about it this way. In the olden days, we didn't have clean water, right? And so basically we were fermenting everything. So we were drunk all day, basically, and even feeding our kids like apple cider in the morning. Like we were an unconscious society.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think it came from the Eastern world. He explains it, the idea of hot tea and hot coffee, like hot. So it would kill the bacteria along with the coffee bean, which is a plant. Hello, plant medicine.
Yeah.
And he lays out this significant timeline around how productivity, consciousness, how we started becoming, creating this evolution, because we went from being drunk, brain numb society to drinking coffee that activated our consciousness,
right,
made us think and do better.
Right.
And and even in the World War, when the company that he even mentions, the company that came up with the coffee break.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so in what, World War II or whatever, and please forgive me, my timeline, I'm not a historical genius when it comes to that stuff. Like time is non-linear for me. I'm like, where am I?
Right.
Anyways, so World War II, I believe, when all the ladies went into the factories and stuff, one of this factory was like a silk tie maker or something.
Right.
And they were noticing how with the women, there was lower productivity. Right. And they're like, how do we, how are we gonna keep up with this? And what, they brought the women and they said, well, what can we do? And the lady said, well, if you would give us a break at 10 and like at 4, like if we could have a break and they incorporated tea and coffee.
Right.
Like within the day, the productivity like doubled.
Oh, isn't that interesting?
That's it. And so, and at first they didn't call it the coffee break.
Right.
But
that's what
the coffee break came from, that they realized now, great, let's manipulate the workers, give them a coffee break. But but I think the important thing is number one, you need breaks throughout the day, but also caffeine, coffee, not necessarily, well, I guess that is the caffeine element.
Right.
I don't know what is so yummy about coffee when you're drinking pure organic, because remember, there's a lot of chemicals and stuff now.
Right.
You have to be careful, I don't know about Folgers crystals,
Right.
but like I drink a high grade organic coffee.
Gotcha.
And it activates my brain, it activates my body. Now maybe it doesn't put me in a little fight or flight, but I love that, like that push, like I like that adrenaline.
Yeah, it just kind of helps us wake up and get our day going, and gets the juices flowing, it feels like, with coffee. And I agree with you. You don't want to drink 10 cups of it or 12, but 1 or 2 is fine. And it just kind of gets your system revved up and ready for the day.
And you can get the same thing from tea, especially green tea, or the good one is now cacao. You heard the news about cacao?
Yes.
So the studies now are it actually can regenerate your cells.
Wow.
So I actually do this whole mix with my mushrooms and my cacao and my coffee. Like I have a whole, and my MCT oil. I have a whole thing.
Yeah, because MCT oil is super good for the brain, right?
The brain. Yeah, you got to feed the brain. Okay, brain, very important organ in your body. And it's mostly made of fat, so you got to feed it fat. Right.
And adaptogens, I've heard, and you might know more about this than I do, are super good for your brain, which come out of mushrooms. Adaptogens, I think mushrooms are an adaptogen, and it helps with the plasticity of the brain, I've heard.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So I think, by the way, mushrooms, a shout out to the almighty mushroom. I think the mushroom holds the intelligence to cure any disease on the planet, including the disease of Mother Earth. Like, you know how Michael Stamets, they put, I don't know if people know this, it was one of those giant oil spills and they didn't know what to do about it. I think he put mushrooms out there to grow, and it like ate up the oil in a matter of days.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Mushrooms are the key to, I mean, they're the ancient Star Nation intelligent.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm getting a picture of a mushroom in my head. So they're so,
and turkey tail like cures cancer.
Yeah.
So there are other ones, but like turkey, if you have cancer cells or whatever, you should be doing turkey tail mushrooms every day.
Wow. So now some of this information, I'm just gonna kind of go back a little bit. Michael Pollan.
Is it his book is How to Change Your Mind. I actually pulled out some other books too. Okay. I feel like I'm even phone, like then I want to get into the other woo stuff, but wait, okay, listen. So I need to give a shout out to my goddess sister, Wendy Jones. So this is her beautiful book. Oh my gosh, does it look reverse in here? Okay, so her book is called Ageless Wisdom, Cut to the Core. Okay, a guide to reverse aging. You can get this on Amazon.
Okay,
and it's my camera. It looks reversed.
And what's the title of the book again?
It is called Cut to the Core, a guide to reverse aging.
Cut to the core. I think a lot of people would like to read that, how to reverse aging.
And so here's what I love about that. Okay, listen, common sense stuff though, but we need to remember this because we've been programmed to forget. Personal hygiene is very important for maintaining a healthy body and overall health. Spend some quality time on yourself. Self-soothing touch and massage are very therapeutic. So by the way, self-care. I think I get a massage every week. You got to work that stuff out of your body.
Right.
Massage, acupuncture, breath work, float. Who's done floats in the, where you sit in the soft.
And the chambers, those Epsom salt chambers, salt chambers. Yeah.
Right.
I have not done that, but I've heard they're really good. They're very powerful.
Anyway, so this beautiful book by my sister Wendy, just like simple things, but even foods. Okay, food is thy medicine.
Yes.
Thy medicine, the great Greek, like every, anything in your body truly can be healed through food, proper nutrition, water, exercise. Oh my gosh. Exercise is like medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Got to move your body. We've started dancing, right, with our temple.
Yes.
Okay, so wait, I want to do it before I forget. And then my other go-to, okay, so grow a new body. This is so again, with the idea of cellular regeneration with the right nutrients and supplements. He has a whole system here. Dr. Alberto Bilaldo. I always say his name wrong.
Well, maybe you can, so that's called a grow a new body.
Okay. Grow a new body. He even has teachings and stuff online. So like I pulled out a lot of the supplementation, and the big thing is your microbiome, right? Your gut intelligence.
Right. Right.
So everything has intelligence. Okay.
Yes.
I feel like I'm digressing, but okay. So let's get into the other fun stuff of self-care.
Yeah.
Which I think are very simple things you can do. So I lean into like anointing oils, like therapeutic oils that I like protect myself with.
Yeah.
You know, like I chakra up with all the different oils. There's like a wood oil that I put, you know, sandalwood, vetiver, arborvitae on my feet, to like clary sage on my belly, to rose on my heart, you know, frankincense at the top of the head, opening up the crown, but also I'll do it around my aura in protection.
Right. Using essential oils.
Yeah.
That's really cool that you do that. I didn't know, you know, I use oils as well, but can you, what's the one that you use on top of your head?
Frankincense. I use frankincense.
Frankincense.
Come on, one of the holiest, most, frankincense and myrrh, right? Jesus
yes,
said it.
and we're in that season of frankincense and myrrh.
Right. But listen, so, and here's what's very, very important too. I'm going to bring up, so your skin, this body glove that we're in, but this is the biggest organ on your body.
Yes.
Okay. And listen, it, you know, anything you put on your skin, you're absorbing into your entire system. So you need to have huge awareness around using pure things on your body. So laundry detergents, you know, makeup, chemicals, lotion, shampoos. I don't dye my hair anymore.
Right.
Because part of my story is, you know, my mom is experiencing maybe a little dementia or whatever, or like I see that. And can't, you know, think about it. You're coloring your hair and you're putting those chemicals right on your scalp, and it's like soaking it in.
Right.
You know?
Right. Oh my gosh. All of these tips. I mean, Melissa, these tips are so helpful. I'm taking copious notes here, and we'll put some of this in the description box, but my God, this is really, really helpful. Keep going. I feel like you got a few more things. I haven't even
got like down to the good. But like, okay, so my huge go-to, two crystals, like Mother Earth, like, okay, I call them my Wonder Woman bracelets.
Yes.
So everything I put on with intention, by the way, that's also the huge thing. It's all by intention, but it's like kind of just made to help support, protect myself. Right. So for those of you out there who kind of don't know where to start, amethyst, tiger's eye, shungite is really great for the EMF type of stuff, right? All those electro things. Like I have a little thing, if I could show you, I have like a sticker thing on my computer.
Oh yeah, I've got one. I'll show everybody right here on my phone. I've got
on my phone. Yeah.
A couple of things here that help with the EMFs.
I don't know. Did they work? I don't know. My citrine, I have my citrine over like my sacral, you know, so everything is done with intention. Absolutely. So also with that, I know, all right, well, you know, I'm wearing this intent to keep myself elevated. You talked about being elevated.
Right.
And just supportive of the body.
Yeah. Wow. All of that, you've just brought in so much really, really, really powerful information. And so as you were walking us through all of that, people really need to hear this, is that it's all about, to the clothes you're wearing, to the colors you're wearing, to the crystal,
colors,
the oils, you know, just taking into appreciating your body, blessing your water, knowing what to eat, you know, and blessing the food and the energy of your energetic system. You have the power to really change the frequency of your food as you bless it. Little things like that that we just have not been aware of. And so I think
what
you're
so
doing,
simple too.
it is simple.
You know, like if you're worried about your food, I go by the 80%. So I am a little crazy about gotta be organic. And
yeah.
God bless my husband. I probably drive him crazy. And I go by maybe the 80% rule. I'm like, all right, I'm, you know, like 80% organic. I'm doing pretty good. Maybe it's 75. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like okay, so because you can't be perfect all the time. And then if you're like, if you're really obsessed with it,
yeah,
I think that's a negative story to or programming in your brain too. So like if you're creating this story around stuff,
right,
you know, like not doing good or like this is wrong, you know, oh my God, if I eat a piece of chocolate, that's wrong. No, because that is what is making it wrong.
Right.
If you're going to be like, because I love chocolate, but I do try and do the pure cacao, whatever, I'm eating my piece of chocolate because it makes me feel good with no guilt and non-attachment.
Right. And that's super helpful to for people to hear, is to allow yourself room to enjoy, you know, a piece of chocolate or a cup of hot chocolate, you know, whatever you're doing.
Everything in moderation, right?
Yes, absolutely. Buddha's, I always go back to this phrase I use with a lot of people, plus my clients, Buddha's middle way. If you're drinking 12 or 13 or 14 drinks every night, that's probably not a good idea. But a glass of wine, hey, that's fine. You know, a glass of wine or two, that's perfect. You know, and there's no judgment around that. And to just, I love all of this. And so we're looking at the mental, the energetic, the physical, the spiritual, the body, all of that with this self-care idea that you're bringing through. And I love the books. I'll put that in the description box for everyone. Is there anything else that's popping into your mind about self-care right now? Or do you think we've covered a lot?
It's a lot. I mean, you know, I've got a lot of other little secrets, but I think, and then I brought in the affirmations too, like fun, like a feel good. I like the I am ones. And like a minute, you only have to do a minute in the morning. Yeah. Like, you know, we have this technology that we carry around with us. Boom, do a positive affirmation. Exactly. Spotify, Apple, they all have them.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I do the same thing in the morning. I'll lie in bed, even before I get out of bed, as I'm awake, as I'm waking up, I'll start into prayer, intention, support, joining with spirit, allowing spirit to run my day. I'm just going to follow spirit. And just, you know, in everything that I do. And then if I get off course a little bit, I have like a sad thought. I go, I'm having a sad thought. I just feel it. I go, okay, I'm going to shift back into my spirit mind.
Like
and that's
a higher frequency.
Yeah, it's a higher frequency. And I know, go ahead.
Okay. And the biggest and most important self-care, that's what's on my mind. Remember your breath.
Yes. Just breathing.
Yes. So that exhale that I just did, this is where I want to remember the teaching moment is you release 70 to 80% of the toxins in your body through your breath. And I want to take everyone back to biology 101. Yeah. Remember what these beautiful lungs do, but also to that belly, that diaphragmatic breathing. And so I'm going to teach the rebirthing, or the 3-part breath that I do during breath work to remind you and make you remember how simple this is. All right, let's do it. So these beautiful lungs, by the way, right? You're taking that oxygen in your lungs, and what is it doing? It's going through your blood, and your heart is pumping through that blood. Well, that blood is your system. It's made to go through all your organs and everything, down to your toes, back up your circulatory system, even your brain or whatever, the cervical fluid, and it is collecting the toxins in your body. And then on that all-important exhale, you're releasing all those toxins. Again, you're this intelligent biological machine, dun, 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 healing machine. You know, you're always regenerating, you're always detoxing. So if you remember that, detox, regenerate, detox, regenerate. It's this constant system that you don't even have to think about subconsciously. But with the 3-part breath, so if you're feeling anxious or whatever, but also just if you want to activate your parasympathetic system, your breath controls every function of your body, by the way. Your parasympathetic system is your body's system to heal. It is your healing mechanism. And you can tune into your body's healing mechanism. I mean, I really think within 1 minute. I do preach the 7s because scientifically proven, if you breathe for over 5 minutes, 3 times a day, it keeps your body in this really beautiful homeostasis. It's like the oxygenated state will stay to 4 to 6 hours in your body and everything. So I do preach 7 minutes in the morning, 7 midday, 7 at night. Right. And here's the breath that you can do, or any breath, as long as you're over oxygenating. So the first breath is here in your belly. Push out that belly, oxygenating all those amazing organs that work so hard for you. Second breath, second inhale for my thinkers. This might feel weird. Is up into your lungs. And then the all-important exhale. And kind of in a circular motion. You can, just do this sitting right now. Here we go. Belly, chest, release. We're just going to do a couple breaths this way. So if you're at home right now listening to this, let's breathe together. If you're driving, don't do this so much driving. You might get lightheaded. And big sigh out with intention. You're releasing all that icky stuff. Maybe you even want to push out your back and feel the connection to that central nervous system, your spine, belly, chest, release. Ooh, and for those of you who are really activating, you might even feel a little lightheaded or a boom, right? For those of you who've even gotten any deeper and really connecting into that rest state, here's how you know. 2 things will happen. You can actually have like a gurgle or a flutter in your belly. That's how you know you've activated that vagal nerve reflex and stuff. A yawn. If you yawned right now as you're breathing, boom, you've connected into that system. Or if you feel a little lightheaded and floaty, like you should feel really relaxed. How are you feeling there, Ruth? Did I lose you?
No, you didn't. Well, sometimes, but yeah, no, when I have been doing the breath, just right there, I can definitely feel a shift in my system. And it just really makes me feel like anchored, balanced, renewed. And what I try to do through the day is remember you, Melissa, and I go, okay, I can just take some deep breaths too. I can take some deep breaths.
Yeah.
I've been employing some of the breath work you've been teaching us the last few months, and that deep breath into the belly and then into the chest is something that I was actually doing it yesterday when I was outside earthing for a little bit. And it really does just change how I feel. It really does.
Yeah. Yeah. And it doesn't take that much.
I'm your testimonial. I'm your testimonial.
I love it. And here's what I want people to remember. Your breath is free. It doesn't take very much. Use it. This is your tool, both for your biological amazingness, machine, human being that we are, right? Along with a huge spiritual connection.
Yes, absolutely.
Anyways, so, I can go on and on.
Well, this is very helpful. I think we're in self-care zone for a lot of people on planet Earth right now.
Well, and
all the tips. Yeah.
You need a little self-care because listen, this holiday season, oh my gosh, you need to breathe it through. Breathe through the holidays, breathe through the family drama.
Yeah.
I think that's what
Yeah.
we're always being reminded of.
Right.
Hectic,
Absolutely.
like seriously, like who came up with this idea that we had to gift everybody even when you don't want to? What?
Exactly. It's sort of that
And then
programming.
the money, people are so stressed out about money and okay, sorry to bring that in, that stuff. Let's elevate.
Yeah, let's elevate
with the breath. Okay, so I think we should end on the lesson.
Yeah, we could just do like a paragraph, that first paragraph, and we could talk a little bit about that, because this is part of self-care, is having a daily practice with your spirituality. And spirit is breath. It's Latin for breath. Right. Spiritus is breath, right? So it's the food that we bring into our system, whether it be what we read, what we eat, what we breathe, all in our self-care zone. So go ahead, let's take a look at that lesson.
But here is, like, you brought in, how do I keep myself elevated? And how should we all keep ourselves elevated? Okay, remembering who you are. Who are you? So lesson 81. Ready?
Yes.
I am the light of the world. Right?
Yes.
How holy am I, who have been given the function of lighting up the world? And I love that word function, because that, for me, it ties into the functional human body of what little masterful miracles we are. Let me be still before my holiness. Okay, but yeah, we are holy. Right? Let's forget about the less than. We are more than. Like, if you can hold that mentality, isn't that just elevating right there?
Absolutely.
So everyone together, breathe in. I am the light of the world. How good does that feel?
Yes.
And then for me, I'm always looking for peace. In its peace, let me remember who I am.
Absolutely.
Just resonate in that, right?
Yeah.
Whew, okay.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, I think I should just put that on a Post-it and put it all around my house. Because, like, if you can say that, even saying that, Carrie, words are so powerful, right? Yes. That's why they call it spelling. Words cast spells.
Right.
I am the world.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello. How magical am I?
Exactly. And just
that's soulful.
Yes.
That is soulful, not selfish. That's the other thing. That, ego, oh, how can I say I'm the light of the world? Yes. Yeah. We all are. Yeah.
Absolutely, Melissa.
Share that light.
Carry the light, and just keep remembering that is, you can even say that as a mantra, or we talked a lot about self-care today, but you can even say that phrase as a mantra, or a chant even, through your day. I am the light of the world. Right. And that's going to uplift your spirit. It's going to uplift you, elevate you, change the energetics of you. And when we get deep into A Course in Miracles, we can shift, dimensions of time and space as we do the work, right? Right. So I am so on board with all. And that's
where the breath too. So breathe that in. I am the light of the world.
Yes.
I am the light of the world. You can even do a little dance with it. Okay. I feel like we have over talked.
No,
people hung on for this one.
We know the thing about, I'll just tell all the viewers out there, the thing that we do before we do even hit the record button is that we go into a prayer of what is going to be truly helpful for the beings who watch this. And there is a certain prayer that I use, and everything that you've brought up today is important, because somebody's going to see this and it's really going to help them be reminded of self-care, all the things that you've talked about, that soulful journey that you're on with yourself. And you're right. I think at the top of all of this, you said, you have to be sort of energetically, in your awareness and in that upliftment and be in that zone before you can really go out and help others. Right. Because if you're coming from depletion or scarcity, then that's what's going to be sent. That message is going to be sent out to others. So,
and that's a mind frame. You got to get yourself out of your mind frame. It
absolutely.
really is only a frame of mind.
It's all a frame of mind, right? Mind over matter.
Mind over matter.
Mind over matter. Because our mind, we often, yes.
Wait, though, something new. Okay, listen, we're in the age of Aquarius now, and it's an air sign. It's no more dense earth.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, so it's not mind over matter. It's mind makes matter. So you have to be very conscious around what you're making in your mind. Right. Because it used to be like, oh my God, now I have to do the image board and the density, and then it takes a long time to manifest these things. Yeah. Now, seriously, it's like, you know, be careful. Right. So mind makes matter. So with that, so if you're like, I'm the light of the world, I'm healthy, I'm high vibration, I'm so, then boom, then there you are. Yeah. It really is that simple. Stop making it so hard too.
Exactly. I mean, as we're in the fifth dimension in unity awareness, I mean, really, our thoughts are that powerful. So when you're thinking with love and light and spirit and that elevation, that mood elevation, then you really are going to bring into your world the manifestation of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing. And our higher self is guiding us through all of that. And I love it. So thank you so much. This has been an amazing.
It went on and on.
This has been an amazing.
Sorry, I love it. Someone was receiving this message.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, Melissa McLaughlin. You are our in-house expert on breath work. You're a great shamanic teacher. You brought in an arsenal of information today for people out there. And we're grateful to have you as our teacher on this network that we're growing. This network really is growing. And so because of people like you who say, yes, you come on for free, you bring in your gifts, and I'll definitely put your website down there for people to find you if they feel like they want to. So any final words before we stop the recording today?
Just remember to breathe.
Yes, just remember to breathe. All right, Melissa, I'm going to find that stop button.
Okay.
Give you the last.
Bye, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you next month.